Welcome to our 700th video for Bible Alive presentations. Thank you so much for helping me make this possible. There are lots of exciting new features coming soon to this YouTube channel, so please stay tuned. Last time we explored Luke chapter 4, the gospel story about Jesus in the synagogue reading from the Isaiah scroll. We saw how this story basically explains everything that the anonymous author we call Luke lays out in his gospel and Acts of the Apostles. What exactly was going on in this synagogue scenario? A close examination of this event in the Nazareth synagogue reveals that Luke, or the author we call Luke, has combined traditions from a variety of sources in order to compose a scenario for Jesus' visit to his hometown. The composition is clearly uneven, but it effectively illustrates the positive and negative reactions that Jesus stirred. First off, as we have explored in earlier presentations, synagogues in the first century were neither Jewish nor places of worship. As scholar Heather McKay convincingly explained, they were Israelite male social clubs where political religious texts like Isaiah could be read, expounded on, and argued over. This is what is going on in Luke chapter 4, not a worship service. The immediate reaction to Jesus' reading from Isaiah is positive. The hometown crowd of Israelite males in this synagogue male club is impressed and grants Jesus accolades of honor. But then a doubt begins to arise among them. Is this not Joseph's son? Jesus, the son of a tekton, is stepping beyond the boundaries of his ascribed honor, that is, the honor he has by birth. In the circum-Mediterranean world 2,000 years ago, a son took up the profession of his father and received the name of his grandfather. If Jesus' father was an artisan, why was he preaching and teaching rather than working with his hands as he ought to be doing?
All right, honor. Honor is relatively simple, actually, to understand. Honor is your standing in the pecking order of the village, together with the public recognition of that. There is no such thing as claiming honor that the village does not recognize. To claim honor that the village does not recognize is to be uppity, brash, a braggart, a fool. Honor is public reputation in the village, and everybody in the village knows exactly where you stand in the pecking order. You don't get up and speak in public in the Middle East unless you have a very high honor ranking. Jesus comes from a no-account little village. He's a village, a tekton he's called in the Greek. We translated carpenter. Could be a worker in metal, stone, or wood. I don't have time today, but to show you just how low on the social scale that really is. It's very near the bottom. People like that don't get up and talk in public. So when Jesus does, it confuses everybody. In the Middle East, they expect somebody born of a great family to be great. You're born of a low family, you're going to be no account. What does not compute in their social compass is somebody born to a low-life family who turns out to be great. How do you explain that?
Anticipating a challenge from his hometown people, Jesus delivers an insulting put-down to their as-yet unvoiced objection. This insult is sharpened when Jesus highlights that non-Israelite strangers in verses 25 to 27 are better able to judge the honor of a prophet than those who live in close proximity on a daily basis. Jesus' insulting put-down is a challenge to the honor of his hometown folk. They must respond forcefully and decisively, otherwise they will have been dishonored, shamed by Jesus. And so, typical of this agonistic culture, they respond with rage. And they drive him out of town in order to hurl him off a cliff. Jesus, ever the master of the situation, escapes from them unharmed. Once again, Jesus has maintained his honor that was his by birth and achieved yet additional honor by besting his opponents in a spirited exchange. Now folks, let's not kid ourselves. The designers of the Common Lectionary situated this reading for the third Sunday in Ordinary Time. They paired it off with Nehemiah chapter 8. Both readings were stripped of their cultural details so that the power of the preached word gets highlighted. In these Bible Alive presentations, we have been restoring details of the cultural context of the Scriptures. Doing that, we highlight the risky and frightening human dimension of preaching situations. My friends, church should never be BS. Both preacher and listener face serious risks. But are we up to them?
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, chip on my shoulder, cause